So the holding environment. The holding environment is the foundation. It's the ground of our practice. Now, the holding environment creates a home base, a starting point out of which the whole of the practice flows and grows. But the whole thing is grown out of how it feels, out of felt experience. The holding environment has a particular feel, a feeling of homecoming, of welcoming, of feeling at home, comfortable in our skin. Inside these bodies, and outside, in the on the fathom long physical body of ours. Feeling at home inside, outside, both inside and outside together. And this feeling of being at home it's organic, it's visceral, it's instinctual. It's something that the physical body, the animal body, the human body senses. And the body is sensing all the time as it moves through our day. What places and what people it feels relaxed enough with that it can unwind some of its vigilance. Oh, yes, it looks for those little breaks in the clouds, in the stress and the busyness. It looks for that little place where it can rest for a moment and come back to center. The animal body also has the ability to sense into the most comfortable way to sit, even in the most uncomfortable of seats. But this differs from when our bodies melt into our favorite chair or seat. Yep. Oh, yeah. The body knows it's home then. It's received and it willingly, effortlessly yields its weight to the chair. You're not making that happen. It's just happening. Or maybe we're beginning to tune in to that whole body sigh of relief when we come home after having been out in the world all day. Like, I know that feeling really well. I experience it every day, as a matter of fact. As we're approaching the house, the whole of the body senses, anticipates home. And as I enter the foyer and I hang up my coat and put my boots on the rack, put my hat and my scarf, tuck it into the basket, and as I walk into the living space proper, I feel the whole body release, the releasing of the muscles, the breath exhales, the vigilance the body has been carrying, and I feel welcomed. Okay, first by the cats, that's true. That's very true. But I feel welcomed by the atmosphere, by the colors of the walls, by the familiar smells and the comfortable couch, by the artwork of Kuan Yin and other beings that bless and watch over me. This is my particular external holding environment. Now, it wasn't always so. It didn't always look this way, but it does now. And it's a far cry from when I was younger, from when when it looked different in my 20s. It's a far cry. It's a far cry from my childhood home, what it looked like and what it felt like. I mean, don't get me wrong, my childhood home was lovely, it was beautiful, but it wasn't my taste. So consider how it feels when you come home. When you walk into your home, does it provide a sense of welcoming, accepting you just as you are, however you are? Does the space hold you? We want it to. We need it to. So what else? Is there anything else that could further support that feeling for you? Play with that as a living question. The human body is also keen, it keenly senses the people, the animals, the creatures, even the plants it feels most comfortable with. No denying that internal feeling. And the people may or may not be family members, but many of us have grown our own family of friends with whom we feel at home. So what does it feel like to be in their presence, to be in their company? Can you remember? Close your eyes for a moment, just for a moment. Close your eyes and see if you can bring to mind a situation or a setting of maybe one person or a couple people that you feel really at home with. The usual setting where you see them. And keep breathing and drop into the body. What does it feel like inside when you're with them in your body? All right, you can gently open your eyes. There are no right answers. All we're doing by even musing in that way is we're priming the pump. This feeling offers us clues. It helps us to feel into the atmosphere, the affective tone of the holding environment. It's one that allows us to be just as we are. That's what we're learning how to cultivate. Where and who we feel at home with, it's discerned by how we feel, and that felt experience can help us to bring that feeling forward and bring it to life in our holding environment when we set it up in practice. Now, again, it's very instinctual. This sense of feeling at home. It's very personal and distinct. And it's discovered over time. It keeps getting discovered again and again because we keep changing. What we needed at 20 to feel welcomed is likely very different than at 40, at 50, at 60. You get my point. But the animal body will always be able to give us direct, immediate feedback as to if it feels safe, comfortable, at home, welcomed, just as you are. And though it didn't happen in everyone's childhood, we are architects of the moment, and we can begin to create the conditions for this welcoming to arise for us now. Got that? We can, as architects of the moment, begin to be curious about what at home feels like, what comfortable enough in our skin feels like. And we can take note of what and who supports this feeling. and breathe deeply when you're in their presence. It is for each of us to explore what the feeling of being at home feels like firsthand. Your experience is different than mine. What specifically helps you feel more comfortable is unique to you and the moment, to what's available to you. Why is this atmosphere so important? Why? Because just as a mother, a caretaker, or a parent receives and responds to whatever the child brings, we aim to create this kind of atmosphere, one that allows us to gradually, through exposure and practice, learn to create a loving container that can see and feel and hold and caringly respond to whatever is here, to whatever's happening in here. We can do this. Little by little, we can do this. We can learn to create a welcoming atmosphere inside that will welcome whatever arises. This is for our welfare and for the welfare of all the beings that we encounter. All right. Thank you for your kind attention. All right, everyone. Now, kindly turn the eyes to this physical body and give it what it needs. Air it out. Open it up, lengthen long. It only goes in two directions. Well, it goes in three directions, three-dimensionally. Lengthen long, open wide, and all the way around. Ah. What can we soften? What can we let go of before we even sit? What kind of tension can be released? And maybe gently closing the eyes, letting go of the outside world. The whole show is inside right now. With kind eyes, with a warm heart, begin to let the body feel comfortable in its posture. Let it relax any extra effort. Maybe soften around the eyes and the jaw and the mouth. Let the shoulders drop and the hands grow heavy. Let the belly be relaxed. And with the next inhalation, bring the attention right inside into the breath and feel the whole body breathing. Feel how the inhalation opens up the whole of the interior. And the exhalation softens around and down all the way to the ground. releasing tension. Let the breath be comfortable. Unforced. Now, maybe we might bring in an atmosphere of warmth and welcoming by inviting in a dear friend and imagining we're sitting with them right now. The dear friend that we feel at home with, that we know loves us just as we are and encourages our well-being. And if no one in particular comes to mind, then bring all of us to mind sitting here with you and let us hold you. Feel into that embodied relaxation that comes when you're sitting across from someone you feel comfortable with. And from this seated position, just notice if there's any busyness in the mind. Let that busyness be like clouds in the sky. But meanwhile, there's this sitting here, feeling comfortable with that sense of friendliness right before us, right here. soften around the edges. Keep feeling for comfort, comfortable in your skin. Let inside and outside feel welcomed, however they are. And in the last 5 minutes of the meditation, settling back, breathing, and just letting the body be just as it is. And let yourself sense all of us sitting here with you. And let yourself feel held. And then sense into you being a part of all of us. Sitting, breathing, holding. Everyone being just as they are. A field of goodwill. Oh, thank you so much for joining us.